What's up, guys? Crazy Star Wars fan 108 here, and I'm back with another video. Today, guys, I'm going to give you my thoughts and kind of my review over Rebels' newest episode, The Legacy of Mandalore. This episode starts off with us going to, I'm not sure the planet's name was Crow's Nest, because whatever it is, the planet's not Mandalore. From what I can understand, I just being at the start of the episode, so I haven't been at the Crow's Nest in a while, and I think that's one of the moons of Mandalore, if I'm not mistaken. So she heads back there, and the whole, plot of the episode is basically her trying to convince her mother and the rest of Clan Ren to join the rebellion and stand up against the Empire. The episode has a lot of really good twists and turns. With starting from the fact that she gets there and they get shot down. They crash land. Finn Rao ends up staying. Finn Rao ends up staying hidden on the the Phantom too, along with Chopper, and they go and they get to chop it up. Actually, they get to go and they talk with Sabine's mother about their cause, and I'm gonna say that the bulk of that stuff that they're really talking kind of ends up not holding much ground because Sabine's mother's actually turning them in to the Empire and to the guys that they fought back at Concord Dawn. And yeah, so that's a very interesting piece in itself. And the real important moments of this episode come from the fact that we find out that Sabine's father is being held as a captive and everything but the word on Mandalore by the Empire. The Imperial group of super trooper commandos that they're Mandalorians. They are led by I may be getting the names mixed up. I'm feeling like Finn Rao is that guy, and then the other guy that was from Concord Dawn, I just can't seem to remember his name to save my life honestly right now. They end up going to he ends up coming there because Sabine's brother's going to turn them in, and they go and they start to have a fight, and they have this big fight out inside the inside the complex there, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like it's slightly hyped because of the fact that that whole entire sequence is just Mandalorians find Mandalorians. We got the Jedi there. The other cool thing is that when the Jedi show up, like when Kanan and Ezra activate their lightsabers when they first crash, there's this instant alarm like Jedi, and they start to shoot them. It's like because Mandalorians don't like the Jedi whatsoever. So that's really cool. And no, I'm actually going to look into the wiki real quick. No, Finn Rao is the right guy, right? Gar Saxon, that's the guy that comes with his Imperial troops, Imperial Mandalorians, and all hell breaks loose because he's actually having them, like, he made a deal with Sabine's mother, but didn't uphold it. So of course they have a big fight, and like Maul versus Pre Vizsla, the Mandalorians, traditions, you fight. If you challenge each other to a one-on-one fight, that's your fight. So definitely there's supposed to be no interference. But there's a line where Sabine even talks about the fact that her mother cares more about Mandalore's tradition, about politics and their history than she does about her own family, which I'd say is true considering the fact that everything throughout the episode, from what I could pick up, is that she's just like, I guess gotta go along with the rules because this is the Mandalorian way. This is what we do. I'm sitting here like, no, you don't. This isn't what. You could choose to do something else that would help protect your people and protect your family. So that's kind of frustrating, especially the whole conversation between her and Sabine, because it seems like she's actually genuinely cares about what Sabine's saying and cares about her cause, but then she so instantly just turns around to turn on me. I'm just kind of like, was that really genuine or not? I honestly don't know. I think that she kind of believes some of the things that Sabine was preaching to her, but she didn't buy into the whole thing. Like her brother, even that's our big thing too. This episode has tons of moments where characters have to make a strong decision on whether or not they want to do something, or whether or not where their allegiance lies. And it's good because it kind of helps us know where they stand. Because even when her brother Tristan had his back against the wall, basically when it comes to you either choose your family and die with them, or you choose us. That's what Gar Saxon said. You choose us and you live. So they engage in a one-on-one combat, and it's very cool because it's lightsaber fighting. It's a lightsaber duel, but it's different because it's we know that Sabine's had done her training from last episode that we saw, but we also know that Garth Saxon has not done any training as whatsoever as far as we know, like with a lightsaber, and it's very cool because you can kind of just see in terms of, like, their fighting styles are different. And the entire time it's kind of like Sabine kind of has the upper hand, and she puts him in the Count Dooku do it moment, like, because she knocks and gets the lightsaber from him, locks blades on him on his neck, and is like, submit. I can't remember what yield. She said yield, and he's like, I'll never yield to you, and she's like supposed to kill him, but she doesn't. She decides to walk away from him and not kill him. And as she walks away, we have this real good moment where we have a fire. Last started shot, and it's this long, huge pause, and it's like Sabine's kind of like in shock. And of course, it was like meant to fake you out, make you think that Sabine was the one that got shot. And it was kind of like, there's a moment there I kind of was like, I don't know, did Sabine get shot? Because the thing was, if Sabine had gotten shot, I would have felt like there would have been a reaction piece from like Ezra or Kanan. That would have been the first thing we would have cut to. But instead, it's Sabine, all her reaction, and then her turnaround to see that Garth Saxon had gotten shot in the chest by her mother. Her mother was saying, like, no one, threatens family. It's like, good. So even a lot of very quick character developments that we see in this episode of characters having an arc within the episode and making that full arc. Then it was good though, because it honestly seems like her family cares about her somewhat. But it's like, due to circumstances, her mother's blinded by things and can't make the right decision, I suppose. Because that's the thing. Her mother in the end was going to protect Sabine by turning the Jedi over into her, but she didn't realize that Garth Saxon was, as horrible as he couldn't be trusted. So it depends on how you look at it. But the biggest thing about this episode is Sabine stays. She doesn't leave with them back to the rebellion, back to Chopper Base. She stays on whatever the planet was called, or the moon. She doesn't leave, so she is not with the crew. There's like 5 episodes I think of the season left. Will she come back before the season's up? I don't know, but it's definitely very interesting because it sets it up to be a thing of like, are we going to be jumping around the galaxy in terms of like, is it going to be Clone Wars style in terms of like, let's follow this group this week, let's follow this group the next couple of weeks, back and forth, and then they intertwine again. So I'm curious to see how things will turn out, guys. But yeah, good episode. I really enjoyed it. Rebels is back. I'm not sure if it's gonna be next week again too. We're getting into March almost, so I can imagine that they'll be going through the episodes pretty regularly because it's probably going to finish up before, dang, it's totally missing what I was going to say. It will probably finish up before Celebration. That's what I would at least expect somewhat, because they probably would premiere some stuff at Celebration about Rebels Season 4. So yeah, but that was a shocking thing. So yeah, Sabine left. Chopper had the best expression too. I love having Chopper in all Rebels because it's just like, it's like a mixture. I almost say that like BB-8's personality amped up a little bit more with like some of the feistiness of R2, and then an R2 unit is Chopper. So, but yeah, great episode, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, guys, peace, and may the Force be with you always. I'll catch you all around later. Bye.